Hello world and all who inhabit it, it is I the Great Saiyaran, and this is the Turtle Beach Atom. Now normally I like my videos to be a little bit more scripted, but I thought since there are so many similar products like this on the market, I could just do something quick and simple for you guys. The main premise of this video is that we're comparing the Turtle Beach Atom to the Backbone controller. Now I have been using the Backbone controller for a very long time, and it's actually my preferred controller. And with all the talk about the iPhone 15 and being able to use it to play console games, I thought a mobile controller video would just fit. Now you have to realize that touch controls are just not it, and you probably want a dedicated controller like these two I'm going to talk about today. If you have a specific question that I don't get to in this video with this controller here, be sure to let me know down in the comments below and I'll be sure to respond to you. Before we get into comparisons of the two, I do want to tell you about the Turtle Beach Atom specifically, since I already have a video on the Backbone, so be sure to check that out if you want to learn more about that specific controller. The Turtle Beach Atom has this really cool color. I think it's like a GameCube type of color, and then has the black background. Now one of the main things I really like about this controller is the back. It's ergonomic. It actually feels really good. It's a little magnetic thing there for when you put it into like a portable mode. So this controller actually feels really great in the hands. I have bigger hands. The Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons just aren't it for me. I had to get some Hori Split Pad Pros or something like that, but they feel similar to that, to a Hori Split Pad Pro, if you know what that is. But they just fit really well in the hand. It's still not the biggest thing. It still is a phone controller. It's not going to be the best thing for your hands, but it's good enough. The button quality, a little mushy. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like it as much for the face buttons. I do like the sticks. The sticks are like full sticks. Let me get my Xbox controller. So you can see right here, they're about the same size. I don't know what they are internally because I didn't like break this down, but they're about the same size. They're not too far off. So I do like that there are full sticks on these mobile controllers. Later on in the video, I will play some games so you can see how this feels in game. Once again, the D-pad is kind of mushy. Face buttons are mushy. These buttons are a little bit better. I don't know why all the buttons aren't like this, but these are a little mushy, which is fine. I mean, it's a mobile controller. I don't know exactly what you're looking for. As for the shoulder buttons and triggers, there's good news and then there's bad news. The triggers are okay. They have decent travel, especially for a device this size. So, you know, that's fine, but the shoulder buttons are great. They're like super clicky. Let me make sure yeah, you can hear that. It's a really good click. I really like that. I actually let a coworker hold these at work and he really liked it. He said, well, this is amazing. He really liked that click. So that's awesome. But how many times am I using this in game versus these? I would have loved clicky triggers maybe. I don't know. A lot of people like to travel in their triggers. Doesn't really matter to me. I just want a better quality. So this does connect via Bluetooth and charge via Type-C. The separate charging is kind of a con to me since you can just plug your Backbone into your phone and it's always working. With these, I have to remember to charge them and I'm not going to do that. But the connection via Bluetooth is actually really good since you can connect this to your phone, your PC, your iPad, whatever. A feature that with the Backbone, you have to pay a subscription of about $55 a year for, which is kind of icky because if it already has the functionality, why do I need to pay to unlock it? The Turtle Beach Atom does retail for $79.99 versus the Backbone one, which retails for $99.99. Razer themselves also has a really good controller, but I think it's a little bit more expensive than even the Backbone. I can't really remember off the top of my head. I'll put it somewhere on the screen. If we're comparing them side by side, obviously the sticks on the Backbone one are just really tiny. They really resemble Nintendo Switch Joy-Con sticks versus these, which are I think full sticks. I'm gonna go ahead and say they're full sticks. But the buttons on the Backbone are better. I mean, these are a little bit clickier and they just feel great. They feel super responsive, but they're also a little bit tinier, which I don't think matters as much for a mobile type of setup. Once again, great shoulder buttons. I like the shoulder buttons on the Turtle Beach Atom a little bit better, and the triggers are fine. They're a little bit loose. I don't know if it's because I play this a lot or what, but they're a little loose. Now the Backbone does come with software, kind of like a launcher for all your mobile games that do support a controller, and that's super useful. I think the Turtle Beach Atom said they're launching software later this year, but as of recording this video, it is not out yet, so I can't really speak on it. If it's anything like the Backbone app, it's going to be absolutely amazing. Not only does the Backbone app tell you all the games you do and do not have installed that can use a controller, it also sends you a weekly or monthly update of new games that are coming to the App Store or Play Store that will accept their controller. It's really intuitive. Another major gripe about the build is that with the Backbone, it's all in one. I just slide my phone into it and that's it. With the Atom, it is two separate pieces, which can be kind of cool, but once you put your phone in here, it feels kind of wobbly. They do give you these type of pads that'll kind of keep your phone from sliding around in there. I haven't installed them because I actually use this controller with my case, which to me is a huge pro, being able to use this controller with my phone case. With the Backbone controller, I always have to take my phone out the case, which can get a little bit annoying, especially if I just want to play for 10 or so minutes. Now, talking about portability, I think the Turtle Beach Atom is probably one of the most portable controllers I've ever owned. It comes with this nice satin pouch, and the coolest thing is that this controller just turns in on itself, and then like boom, like that fits in your hand. I mean, it's still extremely wide, but it fits in your hand, so you can slide in this baggie, throw it in your bag. It's not going to scratch anything. It itself is not going to get scratched. It's actually just really cool. Whereas the Backbone, it's kind of obtuse. It's small. It's not as small. It's small, but I mean, it's not going to be the most portable thing to throw in your bag. I don't know how to explain it. Maybe if it had a case or a pouch similar to the Turtle Beach Atom, I'd give it more points. But for right now and for how I've been using it, it's just something I throw in my bag and hope it doesn't scratch up or break. This is actually my second one of these, and the first one, the trigger popped off because it broke on something in my bag. So yeah, it's not the best portable thing ever. So as you can see, my case is still on, so we're going to put on this controller and play a little bit of Call of Duty Mobile, which is one of my favorite games to test with devices like these. It's a little bit tough to get on with the case, but the fact of the matter is you can still get it on with the case, which is awesome. So to connect the controller, you actually have to connect each end. So it's this button on this end and home on this end, and they're synced up. My orientation back. Come on. All right. What I like about Call of Duty Mobile is it actually throws you into lobbies with other people who have these controllers so that you can see how well your controller does against the competition. Now, in my testing, I was doing pretty well. I'm not going to show you guys a full game because that might be kind of boring, but I will show you about a minute or two of gameplay and give my thoughts as we play. So it does shoot pretty accurately. I'm not having that weird thing with my Backbone where I kind of have to tweak my sensitivity to get it just right. It's just a little bit easier just because, like I said, these are full sticks. It's a little bit easier to aim. Now, because this is a mobile controller and it does get weird at times, there are times, see how I got that kill, those kills? There are times where I'm just like, this isn't gonna work for me. I kind of have to like spray and pray. But, oh my God, come on. God, okay. There are times I have to spray and pray. But most times with this controller, I feel like I can shoot a little bit more accurately than I do with the Backbone. Like I said, the full sticks just give you that extra advantage. And for 20 bucks less, that's actually a huge feature for me if I'm recommending someone one of these controllers. Ooh, let me get that. My hand is rested, and this is extremely comfortable. When just when just free-handing it, it's not uncomfortable per se. But like I said, I have slightly bigger hands, so it can feel a little bit more work holding that up. Yeah, I got murked. That was not a good look. I like running around with the hunter killer drone. Like that. Idiot. And as you can see, the guys in this lobby are also using these mobile controllers or like a PS5 controller or something like that. So it is a little bit more of a level playing field against these guys. There, as you can see, I was second best in the squad. I had 13 kills. Pretty easy victory, and like I said, I was playing with other people using similar controllers, so it's a very level playing field. I'm not saying that a controller is going to give you the best advantage, but in a game like this that's pretty competitive, I'm going to go with it gives you a really good advantage if you have something you're comfortable with. So this game was actually an Apple Arcade exclusive for a very long time, and then they dropped it to the Nintendo Switch and I believe Steam as well. But this is it's kind of indie. I don't know how to explain it, but this is actually the second version, or the second in the series, and it's one of the coolest games out that is kind of mimicking Zelda. Apple Arcade has a lot of cool games, and if you have a controller like this, it makes them that much better. Great game to also use with this controller if you're not just into playing FPSs and other games like that. There's multiple uses for controllers like these, especially on mobile games, and especially with AAA titles like Assassin's Creed Mirage coming later this year. So there are things I do like about the Turtle Beach Atom that the Backbone just doesn't do that well. It's portability for one, and also the ergonomics for people with bigger hands like me. If you're someone who already has a PlayStation or Xbox, then you can connect those controllers to your phone. You just won't have a really cool way that's all in one to play. Now you can go on Amazon and get one of those holders for like 15 bucks, but I feel like these all-in-one controllers are just a little bit better. Speaking of better, it's hard to say if I think the Turtle Beach Atom is better. At a lower price, it does everything the Backbone does, even if it's not at the same quality. Do I think this is a bad controller? Absolutely not, and I fully recommend it to anybody who wants one of these. But the Backbone software and build quality just edges out the Turtle Beach Atom just a little bit for me personally. I don't think that you can go wrong with either of these products, and I fully recommend either one of them, or even the Razer Kishi V2. If you want to play games on mobile, then you're probably going to want one of these, and trust me, they're worth the investment. I'll have affiliate links to everything we talked about down in the description below, so be sure to check that out. Also, be sure to check out my review of the Backbone that I already have on the channel. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.